What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here at What Now, welcome, and please remember to hit the subscribe button to get notifications on all new videos that I upload. So today's video is all about something that I feel many people struggle with, and this is your identity versus your image. It's important to understand that your identity and your image is not only for your daily life, but also for the branding of your business. First and foremost, there are always two sides of you. Who you show to the people around you and who you are when you're alone at home and when nobody's watching. Usually the person you show to everybody else is the extroverted, outgoing, happy, excited person, and the person that you are at home is usually a little bit more relaxed. Now, a lot of people may think that it's a bad thing and that you should let your freak flag fly and totally be yourself because screw what everyone else thinks. And whilst I agree, you should be yourself and never budge on your values, your integrity, or your dignity, it is perfectly okay and sometimes incredibly helpful to only show some of the cards you're playing in this game of life. So welcome to identifying your identity versus your image. So first I have to explain the two terms, as many people can confuse the two and think they're interchangeable. Your identity. This is who you are, what you stand for, what your values are, your needs and desires. Your image. This is how other people perceive you, how well you perform or deliver, or better yet, what you want them to see. In the world we live in, and even more at the age that we are, image is perceived as far more important because at this stage, we still care very much what people think of us at all times, even though we try really hard not to. You see, the problem comes when the image that you portray of yourself is completely different to who you are as a person, and in a way, catfishing those around you. If your image is that you're super outgoing and that you go on hikes every other day and you're super health conscious, but then in one way or another, people find out that you're the exact opposite of that and you actually enjoy staying at home in your PJs, watching TV while eating a bowl of Nutella ice cream, people may and probably will feel as if you've lied to them in one way or another. And you could end up losing not only your real friends, but many consumers in the future. For anything to work, both in life and in business, your identity and your image need to be as aligned as possible. Otherwise, people will quickly see the disconnect of you and your brand. And by the way, you can be your brand. So why is it so important to understand both and distinguish both? First and foremost, understanding your identity means you're getting better and more accurate at understanding who you are, what you like and what you don't like, what you will stand for and what you won't, as well as where your boundaries are and who you would like to be in the future. Knowing who you are will help you understand where it is you want to go. Another thing that is important to understand is that you create your identity. You can choose who you want to be and what you like, etc. You can build, design, construct the you want to be. Understanding your image is just as important. Okay, so I'm about to get real, and this may suck for some people, but at the end of the day, it has to be said. Whether we like it or not, we are part of a society that has its rules and regulations of what is okay and not okay. And although some are stupid and deemed unnecessary, it is the way that it is, and we have to abide by those rules at one point or another. This stems into your image. You have to remember that even though many people disagree with it, judging is a natural human behavior. It's basically the process of understanding what a person is about. And of course, the first thing that is judged is what you look like. Now, this can be both in real life or digitally. How you let other people perceive you is a big thing and can impact your life dramatically, either for the better or for the worse. If you want to show the world that you don't give a rat's ass and you're going to be a rebel and post a whole bunch of pictures of you smoking weed and getting crunk, then many, if not all people, will perceive you to be in a certain way. And in this case, it's going to be shown in a negative light. Because in the world we live in, it is still deemed inappropriate to be totally smashed, and weed is still legal in many places. Even though you might be a loving, kind, generous, intelligent person, people will not see you that way because that's not the way that you portray yourself. So if you're having some problems of people judging you in a negative light on a constant basis, look at what you're showing others. If you saw this and didn't know that person, what would you immediately think? This also filters down into the business place. As many of us are already aware, many, if not all companies are checking your social media to see the kind of person you are. If you're reliable, reckless, trustworthy, diligent, intelligent, interesting, interested, you have to be careful of what you post. Because even though you may not like it, people are watching. They see you and they see what you're doing. And what you post and how you post it can affect your business life. We've all seen it before. Someone that has completely tarnished their professional life because of some stupid post they put up when they were 17 of them getting absolutely trashed. This could have been the first and only time that poor soul got drunk, but now it's all over the internet and no one can forget it. Your image online can make or break a business venture. Now, I'm not saying you have to be totally professional and only wear suits and gowns in all of your pictures. Just be aware of what you're posting, who you're posting it to, and how people are going to take it. Like I said, whether we like it or not, we live in a society and we have to be aware of how society around us works. How can this help you in business? Okay, so let's put it in a branding perspective. So quickly, what is a brand? A brand is not simply a logo or advertisement or product or service you provide. A brand is a message to spread in order to connect with people whilst adding value to their lives. A brand has a meaningful purpose to fulfill and is an engaging and effective communicator, and most of all, it needs to be transparent. People need to immediately know what your purpose is without having to try too hard. When it comes to your business, you need to treat it like a person. It also makes it easier to establish what your brand is about when you personify it. What does your said brand stand for? For example, efficiency and organization. What are its values? For example, honesty, creativity, and helpfulness. What is its personality? Is it fun-loving and light-hearted? This is you identifying your brand's identity, and it's important to have it written down on a big piece of paper so you can see it every day, so that whatever venture you go on, you remember what the brand stands for, and if said opportunities align with who your brand is. Now, the same goes for your image as before. You've got to make sure that the you say you are is how people will see you too. If you say that you're efficient and organized, but then people find out that you always deliver late and often the wrong products, then your image is totally misaligned with your identity. So how can this help you in life? Remember, you're not kids anymore who can just wander around life making mistakes with no consequences. You're an adult, and every choice you make will have some sort of repercussion on you, and that relates heavily to your online presence. Knowing who you are and what you want to show to others is so vital to your growth and success. Take some time to figure it out, what your values, desires, wants, and needs actually are, who you are and what makes you happier, makes you grow, and makes you better. It's okay to show others that you too make mistakes. In a lot of ways, it's actually helpful towards you and other people, but it's the way in which you show them that makes a difference on how people will perceive you. It's also okay to not want to show people your dirty laundry. You choose how people perceive you. Yes, there will always be haters, but for the most part, if the person you choose to show to the world is a value added to people's lives, most people will perceive you in a good way. It's important you take the time to understand what your image can do for you and how you can improve or change it. If you have now gone through the process of analyzing your identity and your image and you don't like the way it's headed, first of all, I want you to know that it's okay. And actually, good job. Because there's always areas to improve, and this just means that you want to grow better and you're actually taking an interest in who you are as a person. But there really isn't a big secret to this. All you have to do is start over. Make a clean slate. Let go of your past. Let go of resentment towards yourself and start over. If some of the pictures you have on your Instagram no longer align with who you are, delete them. Start over. And piece by piece, day by day, put in that effort to become the person you want to be. Remember that the change isn't going to happen overnight. It will take time and it will take perseverance. Build the life you want. It all starts with you. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this has helped you with either your business or your life. Hit the like button, comment down below, and remember to subscribe. And see you next week.